I got the horses in the back, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Demon Neeyooo here. Today we're about to do another reaction trailer to another scary horror story. And yeah, the day I got my drink today because I do you'll twist and these stories be crazy. I can't lie to you. But this one's actually called Room number 8. So we're about to go ahead and see what poppin' with this one. So without further ado, let's get out. Let's go.
He was an unpleasant man with dark secrets. Ron didn't respond to or read most emails. But this one broke through the haze of drugs and alcohol, catching his bleary eye. $1,000 to spend the night in a haunted house. Make it through 8 rooms of terror and the money is yours. No questions asked. You read that right, Ron. Cypher Entertainment will pay you 10 crisp Ben Franklins to beta test our new Halloween spook house. Be at the corner of 10th and Strip 9 at midnight next Tuesday and see if you have what it takes. Signed, Luther Cypher, Cypher Entertainment.
First of all, ain't enough money in the world for me to do a haunted house. Sorry. I don't do them. I don't like them. And I'm banned for maybe 2 of them. Well, sorry, I'll tell you at the end. But, yeah, just hit it.
No, 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 hell no, 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 I refuse, no.
Right, so, Okay, continue.
The late fall chill seeped into his tattered army surplus coat as he stood at the corner of 10th and Strip 9, thinking of ways to spend his money. He had visions of drugs and women, lots of both. A sleek black limousine appeared around the corner and flashed high beams. A door popped open and he folded his lanky frame into the plush back seat.
Nice wheels,
he said. There was no response from the smoke glass divider.
Whatever, piss out,
he said, opening one of the iced beers on display in the back seat.
Where mine, dog? I need one.
I could get used to this shit,
he thought. 10 minutes later, the limo pulled up in front of an old Victorian house on the far side of town. The door popped open again, and he slid out into the fog.
Have yourself a nice evening, piss out.
Up the nondescript stairs and into the dusty smelling foyer. A door with the number 1 on it immediately appeared to his right. And here we go, he thought.
Hey, one looked like a 7, but okay.
The first room was your standard Halloween house fare. Mannequins and fake blood. A towering lunatic with a chainsaw and canned horror movie sounds over the loudspeaker. Nothing surprising, he pushed through the door marked 2 and entered the darkened room. Immediately, his nostrils were assailed by the thick smell of rot and corruption. Something small and wrapped in bandages lay unmoving in the corner. Something vaguely familiar. He gagged and stumbled through the 3rd door. He found himself in an old apartment, the one he had shared with Beth and little Jimmy. Beth laid slumped in the ratty recliner, a syringe in her arm. Jimmy was cold and turning green, half out of his crib.
Wait, say what?
He lunged for Jimmy,
This is part of his
moved
life.
to help him, even as he knew the baby was far beyond help, and watched in horror as the crib dissolved and became another door, marked with the number 4. The next 4 rooms were a whirling blur of crying infants, terrible winged creatures that clutched at his clothes, ripped his flesh, and nauseating huge syringes that stabbed at his eyes.
Ow.
Finally, he came upon the door marked 8.
Finally,
He thought. He barely had any strength to push through.
the money. All that money.
As he pushed through the door and entered what lay beyond, the number 8 slowly turned on its side and stopped. Infinity.
Oh, he won't be back. Like I said, I was gonna have to take a sip on that. 2 to be exact. So the gist of that whole thing was the fact that they tricked him basically into going back in there. They tricked him with the money for 1. 2, he basically had to replay his entire life of things that he'd done and neglected. And the problems that was going through his mind. That's crazy. Like really, like first of all, would you even do a haunted house thing, like something like that at least? You know, I mean, of course there'll be a door for you, but would you even be able to do something like that, where you have to replay something that's, you know, that's like been egging at you for the longest, and like it's a real problem for you, and it's like a tormenting, you know, mind thing for you. Could you go through a horror house that's basically based on something of you? Because I know I couldn't. Like, I mean, you know, you go through trials and tribulations to actually get through these problems, and they use them as a hurdle and a stepping stone to get onto something further and better. But if somebody offers you money, like really cold hard cash, to go through and replay that traumatizing moment, could you do it? You know, not enough money in the world that can get me through that. Sorry, not going to happen. I done went through it once. Will make you think I want to go through it again. Not enough money for it. But I'm not ready for that. But yo, I'm gonna end it right there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Until the next video, I'm gonna see you when I see you. I'll let you boy. Peace.